Kariwahnakere, Kariwahnakere.
The Massena Port of Entry U.S. Customs and Border Protection uses the VirTra V-300, which is a 5-screen firearms training simulator. Law enforcement officers and agents are immersed into real-world survival scenarios they may face on duty, as Jim Walrath explains.
Today what we demonstrated with the VirTra was be able to create a training environment that basically makes an officer work through a use of force scenario. All the way from deadly force down to just officer compliance by giving orders and having that person in a scenario comply. We use it because it's in our backyard. We try to use it as much as we feasibly can whenever operationally that we can. If it's a slow day, the traffic is down, and we have an abundance of officers and an instructor, we'll come down here and utilize it.
Michael Dufresne tells us the benefits of using the VirTra V-300 as well as who undergoes the training.
In the 9.5 years that I've been a firearms instructor, this is the best training tool I've seen so far. You can put an officer into any type of a scenario. If they do something wrong, we can correct it. We can run them through the scenario again so they get it right, and it builds what we call good muscle memory, so that in the field, if this really happens, they'll respond appropriately and hopefully save someone's life, save a bystander, another officer's life. The unit can be used 24 hours a day, so we can train right around the clock. The best I could do is set up one scenario, and we'd run the scenario all day long versus running multiple scenarios in an hour. You don't have rounds being shot off, live rounds, or using what we call a simunition round. It's kind of like a small-scale paintball unit. We don't have to bring extra instructors in. 2 instructors can run the simulator. 1 instructor will run the computer, and an officer will. You've seen how I stood by the stairs. I'm there for safety to keep them off the screens if they get too close. The amps have been down, and they've used 2 of their firearms instructors have already been here, and they've ran through the scenario, and they're going to be setting up time. We've got an invitation out to the tribal PD on the American side, and sooner or later their instructor's going to come over, and again they can validate. And the nice thing is they can go through the scenarios, pick out the ones that they think would work the best for their agency, and it's that easy to bring them up.
I'm Karonhianonha Francis for ATV Kariwahnakere. This is fun.
Yo, honey.